Hi, Kristine here, and I'll just wait for a little bit to see whether everything's okay, and wait until hopefully some people hop on to watch this video. Then I know I'm all right, the sound is okay, everything's okay. While I'm waiting, I'm going to shut the door because there's TV. Hi, John. Yeah, while you're there, thanks for watching, and thanks for the heart, as always. And can you tell me, can you hear me okay? And can you see the board okay? I think, excuse my writing, it's messy, and I don't know how to do big writings. So hopefully I'll talk about it, then you would know. Hi, John, can you let me know, can you hear me? If you can you say yes, so I know? I'm going to shut the door while I'm waiting. Thank you. I'm back. Hi, Francis. Thanks for hopping on. And oh, thanks. Okay, good. So you can hear me, you can see. Excellent. Right. Okay, in case you don't know who I am, I'm going to just give you a brief introduction. My name is Kristine Lamette. Lamette is it's a French name, so it's quite weird. But anyway, I'm a digital marketer. What I do is I show people that the strategies that I use in my online marketing business that actually worked. So to save you time and money, I struggled big time in the very beginning. A few months spent quite a lot of money, you know, being very overwhelmed and not able to make any money. Well, I'm not saying I know everything now, but in fact, the information I'm going to share with you today is very valuable. I spent the last almost 3 weeks trying to figure things out. You know, like I've done lots of things in the past, and some of the things are more effective, some of them are not, and then I'm trying to think the things that I've done every time, what are the things that I've done actually worked better in a way of getting me sales. So at the end of the day, we're here to make some money, right? If you're not able to get sales, you're never going to make any money. So that's the bottom line. You need to make sales. Of course, in the meantime, how to get there? I do believe you need to provide enough value, but only just provide value, that's not good enough. You need to get sales, bottom line. So if you, just to say hello, hi Amber, and by the end of, if you stay to the end of the video, I'm going to invite you to the one thing that I'm going to share with you today. I'm going to invite you into my private group where we can have some fun to learn that skill together. And there will be some other things after that. After you've been in the group, then there will be a bonus thing I'll talk about a little bit today at the end of the video. I'll tell you something before I go into this one thing that I've been thinking for the past 3 weeks. I've been watching lots of things, been reading, been analyzing what the successful people, what they have in common, what they have been doing that are in common actually made the difference, all down to that very important skill, but people don't talk about that enough. Some people do talk about it a little bit, but all these gurus telling you about, okay, build a list, yeah? If you haven't got a list, you haven't got a business, which is true, but just have a list won't get you anything. No, well, you have a list, that's all. I got a list, I got like almost 3,000 people on my list. I built that in about less than a month using paid ads. At the moment, I'm doing lots of organic stuff, but you know, because I'm trying to figure things out. You need to have a list, and you need to have a system. I'm going to talk about a little bit about this system. You have that, you need that, but that even though you have all of that, you're still not able to get any sales. Why is that? So why you can't get the sale? Why people don't buy from you? That's the bottom line. So this one, okay, I'm going to walk you through very quickly about this basic steps that if you don't know about this, I talked about this before. I'm just going to go through this very quickly. This is what I've got in place. So first of all, you do need traffic, okay, which means people. To get people to see what you have to offer, get them to see your products, your services, your information, whatever it is you want them to see, to be interested in. And that comes down to how you get them. So these will include ways to do, you can do paid or free, you can do video, which I'm doing now, which is organic video. You can do blog posts if you really like writing blog posts. You can do, what other things you can do? Driving traffic, you can do, writing ad copies. P-R-E, sorry, yeah, writing ad copies. Doing, writing email campaigns, if you have a list. You can do paid ads or be banner ads, PPVs. Forget about that, PPV, PPC, because that's just something I don't do. PPV, PPC, all of that. So that's paid, and you can do free, all these social media, the free traffic. So you have to, if you haven't got that, the first step, okay, there's a few steps you have to have. Traffic, take the traffic to your product, services, information, yeah? And once they come and see your thing, you get all these traffic coming. Hi, Lisa. If you get value, give me a heart and life, that'd be great. Through this traffic, it comes through here, okay? And of course you have your capture page, capture, or Optin, capture, squeeze page, another name. So while this traffic coming through, you have a squeeze page, which is here, and then you build your list. You do your list building, which is very important. And only 1 to 3% of people will actually buy. This is actually, if you can get 3% of people buying by doing that, it's very good already, okay? But you're not going to make any money, because most of the time, the 1 to 3% of people buy from you barely cover your cost, your paid advertising cost. So what happens, you need to have, multiple offers. Now, I'm not going to go through that. You have to have offers that convert, but you have to have multiple offers and take them through from a front end to a back front end. Core offer to back end. You have to have a back end, you have to have a high ticket, which means from $2,000 plus, $1,000 plus. That's how you make your money. And so only 1 to 3% will buy your front end offers, and then you barely cover your costs, and the rest of come down to follow-up. Okay, this is what I do. Okay, and this is basically what I do. I use email follow-up with my list. Okay, and that's basically it. So you do your email once, twice a day. You can do more, and as I heard, you can do as many as you like. It really doesn't hurt. But who has that much time writing emails all day? I don't. First of all, I'm not good at it. So said all of that, and I've been thinking, okay, I've got sales before, here and there, and it's just not going to the sort of, the kind of sale I would like, okay? So if you don't know, the one thing getting you big sales is doing webinars. So that's how it got me thinking about, I haven't done it. I'll tell you why I haven't done it. I just came to this hurdle. While I was trying to do the webinar, all I was thinking, okay, I'm going to wrap this all off now. Wrap this off. Okay. So webinar will be the way that if you haven't done it, you should do it. I should do it too, but I'll tell you why I haven't done it. Okay, that's how you use this one thing, you sell to multiple people, and you do live webinar, then you get interacting with them to build the relationship while you're doing it. And so while I wanted to do this, I went to a hurdle, or this big hurdle, and then they just hold me up for weeks. And so I thought, oh, why I can't do it? Now I figured out why I can't do it. So it's not that which software, which platform you use. It's not that what offer you promote. It's not that, you know, like how to use, the know-how or anything like that. Or even whether you have a list, even though you haven't got a list. It's not, none of that. It's none of that. It's not my case or not anybody's case. None of those should stop you from doing a webinar. But what stopped me is because I figured out in order to be successful in any of these things, including the webinar, it's how you do good storytelling. This is one of the things I want to talk about today. Okay, storytelling. Okay, if you watch enough webinar, you'll find out about that. Storytelling, not saying you tell stories. It's not telling lies. You tell stories. Tell story about yourself. I've got a story. I have got a very good story, but so far I'm struggling to actually tell lots of stories. Everyone, I think I've got not just one story. I have so many stories to tell. But you have to be able to tell this story, okay, related to what you do, related to what you want to sell. So that's where I'm struggling, okay? And then I went back to what I've done right. Everything has a lot to do with storytelling. I'm telling you why this is the big thing. This is the thing that, for me, it's my goal for 2018. I'm going to try to learn the skill to become better in storytelling. And the Optin, why storytelling? And the people buy from you. It's not because you have good product, you have a good offering, because of that. None of that. It's because people buy because of emotion and feeling. People buy stuff for feelings. They buy it, they feel good. You buy a dress, you look good, you feel happier, and you buy some nice food, you feel satisfied because it's yummy. You buy things because of feeling, and also the emotion. If you're good at storytelling, you get to connect with people. People buy from you because they connect with you, they resonate with you. They want to do what you do, and they connect, basically. So that's how people buy, from emotion. They don't buy, people buy from emotion, then they justify that later on by logic. People don't buy from logic. So that's the thing. I'm telling you why it's important. So I went back to revisited my few months journey, that the base that actually got me worked really well. That's one I told story, but I couldn't do that consistently. It's because I'm not there yet. I'm trying to learn this thing to become a second nature, to become consistent in what I do. So that's one, you be good. So going back in the very beginning, I haven't told my story. The very first time I did a video early last year. All I was doing was telling a story of a person who's in the same network as I was. I only just started. I had no social proof. It's not because I had no social proof. So just did a video. I shared somebody else's story. So if you haven't got a story, which I don't believe is the case, everybody has a story. So I shared somebody else's story. Which is this lady who has, I'm not going to tell the story today, but it's just very quickly, this lady who got out of her food stamp in a few months' time by doing what she's doing, why she's done it, how she's done it. So I shared that story, and then I had so many people reaching out to me, asking me about information. So just an example. That's in the very beginning, I just shared that one story. And I'll talk about that last, okay. Another thing I thought about is my email. When I do my email follow-up, because I'm monitoring the email that I've done, and when I was trying to tell things from somebody else's, I always get very low open rate. And I did in the beginning also have complaints, and then I learned to be more of me, but still I'm not very good in doing that. So I'm saying you need to learn the skill about storytelling, how to be vulnerable, how to be, show your flaws, and then how to show people you are actually real and you are authentic. So that's a skill to learn focus on that, because I'm going to go back to, to every single thing in what you do in those, in the beginning, there's few steps that I've written down, how you drive traffic, all of that comes down to a good storytelling skill. Okay, so when I see, analyze my email follow-up, and then the emails that had more open rate is the one I actually told what happened in my life, what, just be a bit vulnerable. Every single time when I do that, I have more responsive, more responsively from people. And I did have, if I can do that consistently, I have to say I didn't do it consistently, and always sometimes I couldn't even write an email because, life gets in the way, and it is not easy. I'm not telling you nothing is. If you really want to be making money on it, you're serious, and you need to put in the work. Okay, in a minute, I'm going to invite you to my group and to do something fun together, to learn the skill together, and somehow to grow together. Okay, so that's how important it is. So in order to learn the storytelling, oh yes, another thing, I've got a 2-step sales funnel that I've done, 2 steps. Very simple sales funnel. I customized a sales funnel myself. In the very beginning of my online marketing, affiliate marketing business, I was surprised how well it has done. I had not a lot of social proof. That's in the very early stage, and only had built a list. So what happened there? I can do a simple 2-step sales funnels, and I get opt-in rate. Every single time I use paid opt-in rate of 55 to 60. Every single time. If you don't know what that means every 100 people you send it to my sales funnel, 60 of them will become on my list, that will become my prospects. Leads, we call it leads, which are on my email list, they're on my list. Okay, that's very high. If you don't know, the average opt-in rate in the market, in the online world, will be around 30 is not bad. 20 is not good, but 30, 35 is already is quite good already. 45 is really good. Going over 50 is super good. So I thought, why are they so good? That's only because I did tell one little bit of my story using, like 2 short lines. But I'm not going to share it with you here. This is for some, I'm going to give this away to a special group of people. I'll tell you how I do that later on. So yes, coming back to every single thing that I've done got me the best results so far is storytelling. Why I come to this hurdle of doing these webinars, because if you watch enough webinar, all the people are doing, the successful people are doing webinar, getting lots of sales, they know how to tell the story, the right story at the right time, to connect emotionally with the people, with the audience, attendees. I should say hello. Hi, Jeanette. Hi, Donna. Hi. So having said all of that, so thank you for being here. It's been quite a few minutes. I don't even know how long now. I'm going to invite all of you who's watching this video to join me from next week in this group, the $1 Million Laptop Ladies group. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna tell some stories in there. You can, if you're very shy, not doing videos, that's fine. You can do a post. You can tell. It's best to tell your own story. Your own story is best to be associated with what you do. Okay, if you can't do that, we just learn the skills. You can tell a story. If you haven't got a story, which I said earlier, I don't even believe it's the case. Everybody has stories, not just one, has lots of stories. Think about what happened in past in your life and what brought you here, what made you watch this video I'm doing right now. There is a reason behind everything. So I believe the reason I'm doing what I'm doing now, there's a story behind everything. So I got loads of stories, and then I will be doing the same thing. So what I want to do, I want to have a storytelling week. Every single day, I invite you to come into the $1 Million Laptop Ladies to tell your story, any story. Okay, so you can tell your story. If you can't tell your story, you can tell other people's story. The bottom line, want to learn others' story. Or you can, you can tell a story from a book. We're just trying to learn the skills of telling good story, how to get, it's better to tell a story about yourself, because if you want to build a business, to have this I lost the word now, authentication. It's my second language anyway. I'm not first language Mandarin Chinese. But anyway, so yes, we're going to do that from next week, which is, which date is it from next week? So Monday will be the 12th, okay? So from the 12th to just 7 days to the 19th, telling stories in the $1 Million Laptop Ladies group. I'm going to put the link down there. So you're all invited, and then after that, everybody, every single one who has participated in telling a story, I'm going to invite all those people to a private Zoom meeting with me. I'm going to share with you this is all free, by the way, okay? There is no catch, there's nothing. I'm not a guru trying to tell you, like I said, I'm not going to trick you about anything. I'm trying to share some value. I'm trying to build, my business up. I want to build it with some of you if you are serious. Okay, I'm going to invite everybody who's doing this storytelling in the $1 Million Laptop Ladies group for the next. You don't have to do 7 days in a row. Sometimes, I can understand that. It will be a half term for my 2 children. I'll try to do one every day, but I can't even promise that. I'll try. Everybody's life has different circumstances. I understand that. So you don't have to do the whole 7 days once a day. No, you don't have to. As long as you participated during the 7 days period, it's better because you do it one a day. Even though it's the same thing, you can improve it. Your version of story every single day. You can do the same story Monday, and you can do it again on Tuesday, but you can improve it. Okay, so that's how you can do it. For everybody who's done it, doesn't matter if you've done 1 or done 2 or any. I'm going to invite you to a Zoom meeting to share with you my 2 simple steps funnel. If you are a network marketer, if you're a network marketer, this applies for you. If you're affiliate marketer, it applies for you. It works for you. If you are just an online marketer trying to promote your business online, this will work for you. It's the same thing applying. It's the same strategy. Sorry, I'm fixing it out. So yes, I'm going to share my simple 2-step funnel, which allow me to have 55% to 60%. I'm going to show you the preview as well at the time, and I'll tell you what I've done, exactly what I put on, exactly what I've done for the my script, for my funnel, for my capture page. So the purpose of the capture page, you're going to find out what did I use my scripts for my capture page, and I've got a bridge video. That's a very early video. It's not even one of the best videos I've done months ago. I've done that. So, but even that worked for me, especially the capture page. That's the storytelling bit more, and that's of course bridge video, also storytelling. Okay, so I'm going to show you exactly every single thing I've done in there. Allow me to have that, and you can reverse engineering that to apply in your business. So yeah, this is it. That's what I'm sharing with you today. And hi, Lauren. Okay, thanks everybody for being here with me today, and thanks for your time. And I'm going to leave a link down below. And if you're not a member of, I know some of you are a member already. If you're not a member of the $1 Million Laptop Ladies, and I'll send a request to join the group, and then we start these storytelling from next Monday. I'll see you guys in the group, and have a good, what's today? Thursday. Bye for now.